Today, we're looking at Magic the Gathering land destruction that is really bad at doing their job. I'm going to start off with Reality Ripple. It's a 2-mana instant. It can also interact with lands because target artifact, creature, or land phases out. So land is going to be gone. Unfortunately, it's super temporary. We're talking like, I don't know, one turn that it's gone. And unless there's some card in play that says stuff can't phase back in, well, it is going to actually come back. You know, it's like throwing the cat out the window and saying, okay, be gone, but the cat comes back, just like those lands. Okay, we're gonna start off with okay, Hexnort says consuming sinkhole. What is consuming sinkhole all about? It only hit a land creature, and since a good chunk of them now being earthbended lands, most land it can exile would come back anyway. So consuming sinkhole is a 4-mana instant with the void. Choose one, exile target land creature, and consuming sinkhole deals 4 damage to target player. So if you want to hit a land creature, most of them, because they are earthbended, as has been explained by Hexnort, they're gonna come back. So you can't. Sure, okay, you destroy the land, sort of, but it comes straight back. Next up, we got the wonderful super chat from Rakta, supporting and suggesting Tornado. What's Tornado all about? It's an old card. It's a 5-mana enchantment with cumulative upkeep of a green for 3 mana. Pay 3 life for each velocity counter on Tornado to just destroy target permanent and put a velocity counter on your Tornado. Play this ability only once each turn. We are destroying things. It is the clunkiest land destruction I have ever seen. So what, you pay 5 mana, the next turn you have to pay 4, and then maybe you can squeeze out 2 lands out of this thing. Only once each turn. This is actually sort of an interesting card if you have infinite mana. If you have infinite mana, you can like blow it. Oh no, you can't hit it. It says once each turn. Awkward. So even for a card that is, in theory, could blow up a lot of lands. Oh, sorry, 1 land at a time. You're slowed down by that metric. What's the standard for being bad at its job? It's being bad. Like, may not even do its job properly is basically the bar. Toilet Duck with Benelish Emissary. I don't know how to spell Benelish. Benelish Emissary, a 3-mana 1/4 with a kicker of 2 mana. When Benelish Emissary comes into play, if you paid the kicker cost, you get to destroy target land. I would honestly say this is doing its job, 100%. It is a little clunky. You know what? It's How expensive is this card? It's 5 mana to blow up 1 land. Oh, but you have to pay the kicker cost. So that you can, wow, do you look at that? That's big brain to them, actually. You know what? Wizards of the Coast. That's how old the Evoke Elementals should have been. There should have been some sort of kicker cost to everything, and it still was an ETB. But the ETB only happens if the kicker cost was paid. Yeah, that's right. Whitekill says once per turn and 3 life. No, come on. In Commander, you have the 3 life for Tornado. Don't be pretending you don't have 3 life over there. All right. Don't be acting stingy with that 40 life total. Kevin Lopez, Vindicate. Nah, that's too strong. Go on, how do you say Vindicate is bad? It's amazing. It's 3 mana and destroys anything and everything. We got Vec here with the Mind Layer. Okay, Mind Layer is a 4-mana 1/1. For 2 mana, tap, put a mine counter on target land. Whenever a land with a mine counter on it becomes tapped, destroy it. It doesn't mean that they have to tap it for mana. When Mind Layer leaves play, remove all mine counters from all lands. And this thing may not even live long enough. What a card. This card, you could do so much work with this thing. You know how you could only blow up 1 land per turn with the Tornado? You can put a mine counter once a turn. Sorry, not even once a turn, once per rotation. You have to tap this card in order to activate its special ability. You might lay 4 mines, and then somebody like snipes this guy off. And then the Mind Layer is gone. This could be like the worst land destruction card of all time. Flavor fail. If a land have mine counter, you should take control of it. Interesting idea. It's not a bad idea. Another super chat here from 7 Cats in a Suit. Dono for donos to later. Wait, what is that? Argentinian dollars? I don't know what A means. Maybe that is one dono. Marty rules with the super chat. I'm a man of the people. Here's another dono. Okay, we're gonna save all those donos to the end of the show. A lot of donos. I used to do them during the show. If there's millions of donos, I still might do them during the show. Matthew Green with Wave of Vitriol. Sounds like it's hard for people to come up with cards. It's easier to donate. Wave of Vitriol is a 7-mana sorcery. Each player sacrifices all artifacts, enchantments, and non-basic lands he or she controls. For each land sacrificed this way, its controller searches their library for a basic land card and puts it onto the battlefield tap. Then each player who searched their library this way shuffles it. I guess you just reset all the non-basic lands. I mean, you basically blow up the non-basic lands in favor of basics. Do you know what? Good question. How many people play basic lands? And like, how many basic lands is the average in a commander deck? I mean, if it's a 2-color green deck, probably a lot. If it's not a 2-color green deck, and it's like 3 or more colors, it may not have any basics at all. So like, if you sack all those lands, and you won't have almost anything to find off of this card. Maybe this thing is broken. Okay, next up. Okay, Marty Rules says, okay, we gotta have something here. We have to have something. Demonic Hordes. People are actually super chatting cards. Demonic Hordes is a 6-mana 5/5 demon. Tap to destroy target basic land. Sorry, destroy target land. Any land, you can hit the Tabernacle if you want. At the beginning of your upkeep, unless you pay triple black, tap Demonic Hordes and sacrifice a land of an opponent's choice. If they start going after you know what? The Demonic Hordes mirror must be awful. At some point, if neither player can pay for their Demonic Hordes, then they're just gonna... Is it possible just to get locked out of the game? At the beginning of your upkeep, unless you pay 3, you tap your Demonic Hordes and sacrifice a land of an opponent's choice. I guess what it ends up coming down to is the game might come down to like decking out. Like, assuming, like, your opponent has a Demonic Hordes, I have Demonic Hordes, we have no lands in play. Each land we play is basically going to get sacrificed next turn. That probably was a thing back then. Back in... Oh, this is as far as beta. Funny how that is. Next up, Mercenary with Goblin Gardener? Goblin Gardener is a 4-mana 2/1. When it's put into a graveyard from play, destroy a target land. That is impossible to abuse. Maybe that's how Evoke Elementals should have worked. Because you can evoke them. Maybe that's how to balance them. I don't like these, like, evoke cast triggers, evoke ETBs. Maybe it's got to be death triggers. Maybe that's the way to make it fair. And, like, you can blink the card all you want. It doesn't do anything. Because it's not an ETB, it's a leave the battlefield to death sort of thing. Anyway, when it's put into a graveyard from play, that is a very, very awkward land destruction card. Next we've got Paces Fan Forever with Haphazard Bombardment. It's got the word bomb in the name. Bomb, 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 bomb. Bombardment, a 6-mana enchantment. When Haphazard Bombardment enters the battlefield, choose 4 non-enchantment permanents you don't control and put an aim counter on them. At the beginning of your end step, if 2 or more permanents you don't control have an aim counter on them, destroy one of those permanents at random. Well, we don't even know where we're gonna hit. We're gonna leave that up to chance? What is that supposed to mean? We're playing Russian roulette with our opponent's stuff. Next up, Rin, the Cleansing. This thing's so bad, Especially in Commander, where people can collude. White sorcery. All land is destroyed. How is that bad land destruction? Players may prevent cleansing from destroying specific lands by paying 1 life for each land they wish to protect. Effects that prevent or redirect damage may not be used to counter this loss of life. Ask your doctor if cleansing is right for you. Cleanse you right out of your life total. Recta says it's not Russian roulette if you are shooting someone else. Okay. That is true. Unless it's that game made by the recruiter from Squid Game. He was playing Russian roulette with everyone else. Okay, next, Raktus with Despotic Scepter. And the super chat's so big, we'll leave the other half for a dono later. Despotic Scepter is a 1-mana artifact. Tap. Destroy target permanent you own. It can't be... Well, it does a very good job of it. It will blow your land up as you please. And cheaply. Is maybe the most mana-efficient way to destroy lands in the game. It's just not going to be your opponents. That's the problem. It may not be the lands you want to be blowing up. Phil Goad with Detritivore. Detritivore is a 4-mana star Lurgoyf. Its power and toughness are each equal to the number of non-basic land cards in your opponent's graveyards. Suspend X. For 4 mana and X can't be 0. Whenever a time counter is removed from Detritivore, while it's removed from the game, destroy target non-basic land. Whenever a time counter is removed, that is so neat. This plus those Doctor Who cards that I believe can reduce time counters because they can move forward and backwards through time, right? Maybe that's a combo with this card. Otherwise, this is a very slow suspended land destruction. But you could just, if you put a huge X on this, you can blow up a land every single turn. I don't know if that game's gonna last that long as you expect, but it's possible. Corbinek says Despotic Scepter just need to harmless offering it and then mind slaver them. That's so much work. Maybe too much work. Next. Did you get a card, Christopher B? Oh, Christopher B. Oh, talking about the landmines. Old Boy says, does Exile Sacrifice bounce or phasing count? Absolutely. Well, okay, hold on. It's going to be open to interpretation. Like, I would say Boomerang is a bad land destruction card. So we're going to talk about anything that interacts with lands is going to count if it's bad at getting rid of them permanently or is really slow at getting rid of them. That's going to be that's the theme of today's show. So this is like 5 mana, destroy a land like next turn. Too long from now. Benjamin Berkey with Avalanche. It's like from Final Fantasy. Wow, that's not Final Fantasy Avalanche. Sorry, Final Fantasy 7 Avalanche. 4 mana X, sorcery, destroy X target snow-covered lands. Oh my, this card needs to come back. Snowlands are in. Everyone's playing Snowlands thinking, oh, I'm playing around cards. And I'm keeping my options open. You know, I could be playing with like snow-specific cards in my deck. I'm gonna slam you with Avalanche. This card is so narrow, only blows up snow-covered lands. You gotta make those people pay, make them feel the pain for playing, make them feel stupid for playing with snow basics. Just for the off chance that you know, the people who do it for aesthetic reasons or even slightly strategic reasons. Because if you're playing, there's like almost no downside. We need to give people a downside to playing with snow basic lands. Avalanche is the way to do it. Less in Keldon Arsonists. Keldon Arsonist is a 3 mana 1/1. For 1 mana, sack 2 lands to destroy 1 land. Is this card serious? Where is it? Oh, it came from Prophecy. Of course. Man, they made a lot of garbage in that set. I thought I saw all the garbage. I didn't know it could actually get worse. This one's pretty bad. That's not a deal at all. Throw away 2 lands just to get this one damn thing. Steve Cooper with Pooling Venom. Pooling Venom is a fantastic land that we'll talk about after a word from our sponsor, FusionGamingOnline.com. Today's deal of the week this week, which is there's always a new deal of the week. It's playmats. It's 20% off all playmats, whether it were from Final Fantasy, Pokemon. Oh my God, it's a Polygon thing and more. 20% off at FusionGamingOnline.com. It's also come on, don't move so fast. The Fusion Open, September 12th and 13th. They're gonna have Modern, Standard, Commander, and more, and you're gonna need to be prepared. Buy those Marvel superhero cards using my coupon code Nikachu at checkout to get 5% off all your purchases, and of course, it supports the channel. Upgrade your decks at FusionGamingOnline.com. Okay, what the hell is this Pooling Venom card? A 2-mana aura, enchant land. When it becomes tapped, the opponent loses 2 life. Again, we have to pay 4 more mana to actually finish the job. 4 more mana to destroy the enchanted land. Might be too slow. Your opponent might destroy the damn thing. Mercenary on Prophecy. The Avatar cycle in Prophecy is what used to keep it valuable until power creep got the better of that set. Now there's nothing good about that set. Except Rhystic Study? I think Rhystic Study is like the only gem that came out of that damn thing. Steve Cooper says the controller has to willingly choose to destroy the land so bad. The controller? Huh? It's not the land. It's the enchantment. You playing the Pooling Venom have control over the enchantment. If it said the land has pay 4 mana destroy enchanted land, that would be different, right? Never enchanted land, yeah. So I think the person who has the ability to destroy the land is you, the person who played the Pooling Venom. Next up, we got Wykill with Desolation Angel. From Apocalypse. 5 mana, 5/4 with a kicker of double white, flying. When it comes into play, destroy all lands you control. If you paid the kicker cost, destroy all lands instead. Whoa, what? Why do I want to blow up my lands? No, that would be a bad card to have in your hand when someone plays Mindslaver versus you. Perhaps the worst type of hand. Corbinek and challenge to chat to find a worse card for this topic. Oh, we are here. Desolation. Sorry, was that your card? Did I take your card? I don't even remember now who chose this damn thing. Oh boy, with braids, Arisen Nightmare. Oh, because it can destroy lands, but not necessarily. 3 mana for a 3/3 Nightmare. At the beginning of your end step, you may sacrifice an artifact, creature, enchantment, land, or planeswalker. If you do, each opponent may sacrifice a permanent of their choice that shares a card type with it. For each opponent who doesn't, I do what? I choose not to. That player loses 2 life and you draw a card. Ooh, ooh. They get a card out of this? Maybe it is better to sack the land. You got to weigh your options. Steve Cooper says the person who has control of the aura has to activate it. It says so in the ruling of the card. Person knows, yeah, well, but you as the person who played the aura, right? Maybe I misinterpreted what you said. Yeah, you as the person casting Pooling Venom, putting it on the land, has the option to destroy that land. I don't think there's any misunderstanding. Next, John with encroaching wastes. What a waste. Land, tap for a colorless, 4 mana, tap, sacrifice, encroaching waste, destroy target non-basic land. Honestly, this is like one of the strongest cards today, easily. It doesn't cost you all that much to have this in play. I mean, it taps for a land. I think this card might be too good for this show. It's gotta be something that's really bad at it. It's okay. I will say it is the worst of the wastelands. I mean, this is super shite for a wasteland. We got Hybrid that says, I eat chicken in your honor, oh great Nikachu. Thank you very much. I don't know what the chicken is about, though. The chicken? Gillum with Apocalypse Chime. It does destroy lands, just not any good ones. Oh, right. Actually, so what lands can it destroy? Apocalypse Chime. What lands can it destroy? Bury all cards from the Homelands expansion. Let's take a little look-sees at like what lands from Homelands we can blow up. So we want land, and also we want to look for the set Homelands. We need to go back to Homelands. Might sink Wizards of the Coast. Okay, you can literally destroy these 5. That's it. What a great call. You can only destroy these really bad filter lands. The good news is you can tap to add 1 colorless mana to your mana pool, so you don't necessarily have to get ripped off by the that stupid by the filtering crap. It's super. Hey, look, this is all about. That's what this show is all about. If you can find even more narrow land destruction, I'd be welcome to have it on the show. Corbenek says, "Oh great, I now need to make sure my basics from the Homelands expansion are destroyed when someone plays that." No, it doesn't count actually, because it needs to be. It only counts cards that was originally printed in that set, and islands, mountains, forests, swamps, and plains were originally printed in alpha and beta, so it wouldn't actually blow those cards up. Christopher B with Aki Blizzard Herder. This is a 2-mana 1/1, and when it's put into a graveyard from play, each player sacrifices a land. Was this like a cycle or something of like a goblin go graveyard and then get effect? This is like the second one on today's show. This is probably, you know what? Now I'm thinking, this is just how you balance Magic the Gathering cards. It's better than, and it also would make things super awkward. I think it's better than ETBs. This is how you balance Magic cards. You give it some awesome ability, but they don't get it up front, and it's up to the opponent if they want to destroy the creature and give you that ability. Next, someone to foresee with Mana Vortex. 3-mana enchantment. When you cast Mana Vortex, you may sacrifice a land. If you don't, counter Mana Vortex. Now, at the beginning of each player's upkeep, that player sacrifices a land. When there are no lands on the battlefield, you sacrifice your Mana Vortex. This is not that bad. But you do have to sacrifice a land at first. So, I mean, you're doing by example at the very least. You know, if you want your opponent, don't do unto others that you wouldn't do to yourself or some crap like that. That's Mana Vortex right there. Christopher V says, Aki and Kamigawa were about playing around the lands dying. Strange. Voltland. The Coming of Galactus? Sounds evil. Apocalypse trying for alpha and beta would be funny. No, it wouldn't. It would be terrible. It would be just outright terrible. Yeah, we did Avalanche already. Sorry about that, Antler. It's probably the best card on today's show. The Coming of Galactus is a 4-mana saga. Chapter 1. Destroy up to 1 target non-land permanents. They're not allowed to destroy the lands yet. Chapter 2 and 3, each opponent loses 2 life. And then on our 4th turn, create Galactus, a legendary 16 black elder alien creature token with flying trample. And whenever Galactus attacks, destroy target land. Does he even have haste? Flying trample. God, it takes forever to blow up a land around here. What do I gotta do to start smoking some lands? Corbenek, Myojin of Infinite Rage. Nope, so you wait 5 turns. Yeah, waiting 5 turns, that's a lot. No, is it 5 turns? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, you're right, 5 turns. And then they could still, like, I don't know, tap my Galactus, and it doesn't even matter. Myojin of Infinite Rage is an 8-mana 7/4 spirit. When it comes into play, it comes into play with a divinity counter on it if you played it from your hand. Myojin of Infinite Rage is indestructible as long as it has a divinity counter on it. Remove a divinity counter from Myojin of Infinite Rage to destroy all the lands. So you can't cheat this in play. No cheating from hand, no cheating from graveyard, no cheating, period, no tutoring from your deck. You literally have to pay full retail. This is probably the most expensive Armageddon in the game, or even in the most expensive Armageddon. Is there an Armageddon that exceeds 10 mana? Mimi Emrakul, I guess, if you count that one. I think we did Encroaching Wastes. Meteor with Chaos Orb. Why? I wouldn't even get... Am I supposed to count stuff like this? This is like an uncard. This is an uncard before they invented uncards. Pay 1, tap. If this artifact is on the battlefield, flip it onto the battlefield from a height of at least 1 foot. If this artifact turns over completely at least once during the flip, destroy all non-token permanents it touches. Then destroy this artifact. I cannot help but imagine, like, this would be the most greatest annoying rules, like... it would create the most awkward judge calls. Like someone drops the Chaos Orb, it lands perfectly, and someone's like, "Judge, that was 11 inches. That was not 1 foot. I would like a redrop. I would like you to bring out the measuring stick, Judge, please." Never realized Chaos Orb can destroy lands. Yeah, it can destroy 1 land. It's fair. It's like 3 mana to destroy a land. Big deal. Chaos Orb wouldn't be... Chaos Orb might be fair if it was like pay 2 to play, pay 2 to flip. That way it would be like 4 mana Vindicate. But because it's like 3 mana colorless Vindicate, it's sort of broken. Sort of broken. Who has no card yet? Archangel with Polluted... I read that as Polluted Delta, and I'm like... Why are you suggesting a fetch land? You want to fail to find or something? Polluted Dead is a 5 mana 3/3 zombie, and when it dies, it's taken a land down with it. Destroy target land. Did we do Desolation? I think we did do Desolation Angel. Yeah, we did that one. Sorry about that. You have all the great ones, Antler. You're just late. You're a little too late around here. Toilet Duck with Linessa Zephyr Mage. What is a Zephyr Mage, by the way? There's a Alexi Zephyr Mage and a Linessa Zephyr Mage. Linessa is a 3/3 human wizard, and for double blue and an X, tap. Return target creature with converted mana cost X to its owner's hand, and it has Grandeur. Discard another card named Linessa Zephyr Mage. Target player returns a creature he or she controls to its owner's hand, then repeats this process for an artifact, an enchantment, and land. This is the crappiest land bounce I've ever seen. Absolute crappiest. Linessa is part of a 5-card cycle that was with Corlash. You just spit out a bunch of words that I have no idea what you're talking about. Bab, Eye of Singularity. So narrow, but it could destroy lands. That's what we're talking about today. I want narrow cards. I want narrow cards. I want impossible cards. The Eye of Singularity is a 4-mana enchant world. When it comes into play, bury all permanents with the same name, except basic lands. So it can destroy non-basics, just not the basic ones. Whenever any permanent other than a basic land comes into play, bury any permanent already in play with the same name. Fascinating. Very fascinating. This looks like a bomb. The only thing that makes this card bad... Well, maybe there's other things bad about it. This card looks strong to me. If I'm not mistaken, whenever any permanent other than a basic land comes into play, bury any what is it? Destroy... Oh, destroy all other permanents with that name. Maybe it's not so easy. Does nothing in Commander? Okay. It's basically Leyline of Singularity. Yeah, I guess so. You know what? I wasn't understanding this card properly. So yeah, it has to be the same name. It's good versus tokens, I guess. I suppose. Antler with Tectonic Edge. What are you doing that to me, Antler? Tectonic Edge was like my favorite land destruction spell in Modern, in the very early days of Modern. Land, tap for mana, and pay 1, tap, sacrifice Tectonic Edge to destroy a target non-basic land. Activate this ability only if an opponent controls 4 or more lands. I'm looking at you, Tron players. I'm looking at you, Control players, and your Celestial Colonnades, which are worthless now. And that's the good news, because when your cards become worthless because of power creep, you just rent new decks with Mana Traders, the premier place to rent Magic cards on Magic Online. The game's changing constantly. You can't commit to one deck. Have the flexibility to play any deck, any format you want when you rent with Mana Traders. Use coupon code Nikachu_BK3 for 40% cash back on your 3rd month subscription. Take control of your Magic destiny with Mana Traders. Pixel Asylum says, I just turned up and way too late. Any obvious entries used already? Yeah, all the obvious ones, I think. Is there something like just called Desolation? Just a group hug card? 7 cats in a suit with Desolation. Is it like the spell form of Desolation Angel? Or maybe not. 3 mana enchantment. At the end of each turn, each player who tapped a land for mana during that turn sacrifices a land. If a plains is sacrificed this way, Desolation deals 2 damage to that plains. Yeah, the plains controller. This is a fantastically bad land. Sorry, bad land destruction. Your opponent, it's funny, it's at end of turn, so I mean, they could just destroy this damn thing. If they can. Play Beseiju on it. Play Disenchant. Point being, like, you know, it only triggers at end of turn if it's still in play. If it's not, it's, well, crap on them, I suppose. Next. Are we at no 2 cards yet? Svelly see it with the Karmic Justice. If you haven't got a card yet, let me know in the comments section. You would be prioritized. Karmic Justice is a 3 mana enchantment. Whenever a spell or ability an opponent controls destroys a non-creature permanent you control, you may destroy target permanent that opponent controls. So if it, the point being is if somebody comes after your lands, you get to go after their land. How do you want to have this card on the show? And whenever a spell or ability an opponent controls destroys a non-creature permanent you control, you may destroy a target. Oh, I see. Okay, so if they destroy anything on your side that isn't a creature, you're actually allowed to destroy their lands. Cool. Super conditional land destruction. I mean, they'd be begging for their lands to be destroyed if they're targeting your stuff with that out. Karmic Justice used to be an old extended all-star. Don't touch my stuff, or you're gonna feel justice. Karmic Justice. I guess we're on no 2 cards yet now. Why kill with the Feast of Orms? Feast of Orms is a 5 mana sorcery. It's also an arcane. Destroy target land. If that land is legendary, its controller sacrifices another land. That's pretty cool, actually. You get a 2 for 1. A little very expensive, but still doable. The Bixel Asylum. Okay, how about Seismic Spike? Let's take a look at this spike. My revenge will be a super chat next. Well, there's 4 freebies here. We got 4 freebies for the at the 60-minute mark. Seismic Spike is a 4 mana sorcery. Destroy target land. Add double red to your mana pool. How is that bad? This is too good. This is like this is like Sinkhole. This is a 2 mana land destruction. This is the opposite. We want land destruction that is very bad at its job. It blew up the land. It even gave you mana. Well, you have a second suggestion here. You want Volcanic Salvo? Okay, 12 mana is pretty bad. Sorcery. The spell costs X less to cast, where X is the total power of creatures you control, and it deals 6 damage to each of up to 2 target creatures and or planeswalkers. But this doesn't even destroy any lands. The Pixel Asylum, I don't think you get today's show. Just what? Yeah, wait, this is good. What do you mean? All right, just take a look at a few examples. You'll get an idea real quick. I am Error with Orcish Settlers. What the hell does that mean? Like the orcs wanted to settle down? Pixel Asylum says, I've missed the mark here. Sorry, just trying to catch up. Don't worry, I think you'll find your footing eventually. Orcish Settlers is a 2-mana 1/1, and for red and double X and tapping, sacrifice your Orcish Settlers to destroy X target lands. Okay, that has some upside. Although I have to admit, like for 4 mana, we can blow up all the lands with Armageddon. So that's sort of the bar that it's trying to beat. Spending what would we do? It's 2 mana on casting it. 5 mana on activating it. We sink 7 mana and tapping and sacrificing to destroy 2 lands. Seems like bad value. Mercenary with City in a Bottle. Well, this can hit good cards. This can hit very... Let's look at the original. I really like the original art so much. I mean, this can hit a lot of good cards. Whenever one or more other non-token permanents with a name originally printed in the Arabian Nights expansion are on the battlefield, their controller sacrifices them. So what can we get in Arabian Nights? We can get some good stuff in Arabian Nights sets. Arabian... Would anyone be up for like a sequel? We go back to Arabian Nights. Would anyone be interested in that? So we can get Bazaar of Baghdad, City of Brass. We can get Library of Alexandria. They had only had 1 basic mountain. It's pretty good. It's pretty good stuff. If you're against an elephant duck, maybe Elephant Graveyard. So there's actually some good stuff to blow up with your City in a Bottle. Chances are your opponent isn't going to play those lands. Come on! Imagine having City in a Bottle in your commander deck for that one time. Actually, what can you hit? Just Bazaar Baghdad. Library of Alexandria's banned. Damn. Why doesn't anyone play Library of Alexandria versus me? You get Bazaar, Library, and City of Brass. City of Brass is actually... I think the card you would hit the most is City of Brass. It would be the most... That would be the most hilarious... 2 mana is basically a sinkhole for City of Brass. City in a Bottle is, I guess the City in the Bottle is the City of Brass. That's it. I figured it out. I solved the code. I cracked the code. The Sinkhole of Brass. I love it. Okay, Hexenort. Thendar of the Overminer. Typically modern land destruction, hard to set up and give opponent a replacement. The hell is... What am I looking at? This doesn't even look real to me anymore. 4 mana for a 4/4 with Menace. Whenever a non-basic land is put into a graveyard from the battlefield, its controller conjures a card named Wastes onto the battlefield tapped. And at the beginning of your end step, if you control 2 or more tapped creatures, destroy up to 1 target non-basic land. So it's like, if you blow up lands, well, your opponent gets a waste instead. They mined all the good stuff out of it. The Pixel Asylum with the super chat. Revenge is complete. Conditions apply. Epicenter. Epicenter is a 5-mana sorcery. Target player sacrifices a land. No, it's like Diabolic Edict for lands. Threshold. All players sacrifice all lands instead. Oh my god. Threshold. Threshold is pretty easy, to be honest. This is a 5-mana Armageddon. Oh no. Okay, yeah, sorry. Our 5-mana Armageddon sucks. Aren't Kavu feral beasts? Yeah. They absolutely are. Not bad. It's not too bad. It's like a crappy Armageddon, but it's in red. Red stole white's Armageddon for the most part. Vec with Burning of Xinyi. They burned him? How could they do that? Or maybe it was a place. It's hard to tell. 6-mana sorcery. You destroy 4 lands you control. Then target opponent destroys 4 lands he or she controls. Then Burning of Xinyi deals 4 damage to each creature. It's awkward. You don't even destroy the lands you want. You let them to decide which lands are going to be destroyed. You may not even destroy the damn thing that you want in the first place. I finally did something right on this. That's right. Okay, next we got super chat. We have so many donos. This chat, you guys are gonna have no 3, no 4 cards yet. Where do we post cards? You post them in chat. Yeah, well, you're giving suggestions. Yeah, you just let me know the card. What's the it's not a custom card show today, if that's what you're asking. It's literally Wildfire sans the sacrifice. I guess so, isn't it? Then it deals 4 damage. What is Wildfire? And that's like, well, to be honest, is Wildfire any good anymore? I don't think this card is any good anymore. I think it's clunky. And there's so many good lands these days, you just keep the good one around. Imagine you're playing with Gaia's Cradle. Okay, I sack everything that's not a Gaia's Cradle. I still have like 15 mana at my disposal. Pixel Asylum says, silly question, does this show cover cards that stop players playing lands? Yes, that could be the case. But it's got to be bad at it. It's got to be bad. So long, Steve Cooper. See you tomorrow morning. Benjamin Berkey with Wake of Destruction. Everyone's like, I've never seen so many donations for donos. Is that this hard? Remember, by the way, even though the show is called Destruction, it doesn't actually have to destroy. It's just like anything that like interacts with the land. I tried to give like an example at the beginning of the show. It's like it doesn't necessarily have to blow the land up. It's like we are looking for land interaction cards. Wake of Destruction, a 6-mana sorcery. Destroy target land in all lands with the same name as that land. Well, I mean, the person with a lot of basic forest, they might get burned real bad. I'm just saying. We got I'm Error with Rumbling Crescendo. Thanks so much for your super chat. I am Error. 5-mana enchantment. During your upkeep, you may put a verse counter on Rumbling Crescendo. And also for a red, sacrifice Rumbling Crescendo. Destroy up to X target lands, where X is the number of verse counters on Rumbling Crescendo. Huh? We put, oh, I see. So we have to slowly wait for the verse counters. And then kablooey. We could end up spending 5 mana and waiting an entire turn just to blow up one land. But you know what? Once it starts getting the verse counters, you can always threaten the person with the removal, the enchantment removal. If you remove this damn thing, I'm removing your battlefield. Kevin with the Jokal hops. How is this bad? Isn't this like Wildfire? If I were to take a good guess, I think this is like a good card. Destroy all artifacts, creatures, and lands that can't be rejected. This cannot be that good. No, this is too strong. Too strong, Kevin. Way too strong. Crescendo. Oh, was there a crescendo somewhere? Oh, this was crescendo. Okay, right. Jocko Hop slaps. It does slap. It's a great card. Gillum, the Song of Dryads. There we go. It's a 3-mana aura. Enchant permanent. Enchant permanent is a colorless forest land. Basically, you can turn somebody's tabernacle at Pendrell Vale into a humble basic forest. That $2,000 card can feel comfy being a 20-cent card. We have Meteor Storm with Plow Under. This card looks so jank, and it was like one of the best cards back in the day. The 5-mana sorcery. Put 2 target lands on top of their owner's library. This looks so bad. It looks terrible, and probably by today's standards, it's really not that good anyway either. But it just, like, you don't destroy the land. You know you're going to draw them back, so, like, what was the point? But actually, it's so tempo backbreaking. You put your opponent down 2 land drops. I mean, I guess the deal is, like, if you have a lot of lands in play, you don't feel it that badly. But if you have, like, 2 to 3 lands in play, you feel sick to your stomach. Opponent is curving out to, like, 5 drops and 6 drops, and you're still working on your 2 drops. Mercenary says Plow Under was in Julian Nuiten's 2004 World Winning Deck. Hence the gold border Plow Under. We got Peter John in the house with a raise. Also it hoses draws. That's true. True story. I think we have to go use the exclamation point today. Too many razors in this game. Raise is a red sorcery at the time that you play raise. You gotta sack a land to destroy target land. It's an eye for an eye. I could totally see this actually being playable because we have a few lands now where when they leave the battlefield or get sacrificed. I mean, look, like Earthbender. So the earthbending mechanic would work really well with this. What would also work well? Flagstones of Trocare. There's something going on with Rays here. I'm telling you, there's actually a little something going on here. Oh, pronounced now 10. Thanks so much. It's only 1 mana. You say it's only 1 mana. You're also probably going to sack that mana. That mana is going straight to the graveyard. We got Bab with Calming Verse. Calm down, bro. Which is like the very thing that you say before they not calm down. You can blow up that Urza Saga. I can. 4 mana for a sorcery. Destroy all enchantments you don't control. Then if you control an untapped land, destroy all enchantments you control. Why would I want to do that? Okay, so it's... how many lands did it destroy? Urza Saga... I think that's it. Blows up 1 singular land. Corbinick asks, what happens if Song of Dryads enchants a Dryad Arbor? It's still a forest, I guess. Enchanted forest becomes forest. Next. Black Rabbit of Inlet. You didn't get a card yet. Boil. Boil's not bad. It's a little narrow, I suppose. A little narrow. Boil for 4 mana. Instant. Destroy all islands. I'm telling you, I feel it. You could say it's still like bad land destruction in that. Okay, first off, it only hits the islands. Doesn't hit at all colors. A lot of the blue sources these days aren't even an island. You know, if there's a fiery islet on the battlefield, a waterlogged grove, there's also a lot of non-basic dual lands these days, especially in the budget realm, that just don't have a land type. Like, sure, you can't fetch it out, but you didn't intend on fetching it in the first place. So Boil, yeah, could be actually very awkward. Calming Verse doesn't do anything to lands. Oh, contraire. Converse. So the idea was Converse can destroy at least one land. I don't know. Can anyone name another land? It could destroy Urza Saga, which is, if you look at the bottom of the card, it's an enchantment land, so it actually gets nailed by the Calming Verse. Christopher B is really excited to get this Wild Swing on here. Wild Swing, a 4 mana sorcery. Choose 3. Target non-enchantment permanents. Destroy 1 of them at random. Man, with these random cards. Don't know what we're going to get these days. Oh, Pixel Asylum has a super chat. The turf wound? Don't open up them wounds. Dono soon? Turf Wound is a 3 mana instant. Target player can't play land cards this turn. Draw a card. I will allow it. That's hilarious. The best way to destroy lands is to prevent them from ever coming into play in the first place. This is preventative measures. If there's some way you can recur this card over and over again, that might work out great. Rest in Serpentine with Avalanche Riders. Wow, no respect for the oldies. The classics. You know, that's how we can refer to these cards. These are classics of Magic the Gathering. 4 mana 2/2 with haste and an echo of 4, which is brutal, I might add. Comes into play, destroy target land. Worst case scenario though, 4 mana, destroy. Sorry. Oh yeah, it is destroy target land, not a non-basic land. So you destroy a land and you can get 2 damage in with this thing. This was the first invitational card ever printed. The invitational cards back then were... Actually, I guess they were hit or miss. Some were great, some were just brutally terrible. Toilet Duck with Liliana of the Vale. The -6! That's so good. And put some lands in those piles. Separate both piles. -6. Separate all permanents target player controls into 2 piles. That player sacrifices all permanents in the pile of their choice. Put all permanents in like lands versus non-lands. They almost always choose the non-land pile. We got Meteor Storms. What about Conversion? Thanks so much for your super chat. How does this card work? We have a 4-mana enchantment. At the beginning of your upkeep, sacrifice Conversion unless you pay double white. All mountains are plains. Yeah, that's it. Okay, I can count that. And it's pretty terrible. But you know what? Maybe it's actually pretty good. Of all the things to turn into plains, mountains are probably one of the most powerful. Very, 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 very powerful. They cannot use the plains for anything. Antler with Twister. Is that like... There's no card called Twister. You mean, I guess, Desert Twister? Destroy target permanent. It's a bit clunky. It's a lot of money. As I should say, it's a lot of mana. It's a lot of mana to get this thing in play. Marty's Rules with Ultima. The origin of Oblivion does not destroy. What? Ultima. Okay. Origin... Ugh, I'm not spelling anything here. I want the original. Okay, let's take a look at this card. It is a very ugly looking 5-mana 4/4 god. It's got arms coming out of its back and a lot of tentacles. Flying. Whenever Ultima attacks, put a blight counter on target land. For as long as that land has a blight counter on it, it loses all land types and abilities and has tap to add a colorless. Whenever you tap a land for colorless, add an additional colorless. So I guess the idea is you actually want to be putting it onto your own lands, so you can get like a bunch of extra mana. Just as Nikachu is a magician that turns super chests into groceries. I know. I'm a genius at this. I got a great system. Does plow undercount? Does plow undercount? It absolutely does count, but we've done that one already. Dark Ginger. Sorry about that, Dark Ginger. Dark Ginger! Pierre with Orcish Mine. I think someone mentioned that like a million years ago. Okay, 3-mana enchant land. This aura enters with 3 aura counters on it at the beginning of your upkeep. And at the and whenever enchanted land becomes tapped, remove an aura counter from this aura. Well, that's terrible. When the last aura counter is removed from this aura, destroy enchanted land, and this aura deals 2 damage to that land's controller. Oh! So whether you use it or you don't use it, the time is slowly coming down on this card. Pixel Asylum with Scorched Earth, or Maw of the... Let's go with... I can't remember if we did Scorched Earth or not. Let's do Maw of the Mire. Maw of the Mire is a 5-mana sorcery. Destroy target land, and also you gain 4 life. You know what? I'd actually appreciate that life if I'm spending 5 mana on this damn thing. It's like a crappy, clunky land destruction card. Steven, we did The Coming of Galactus. Yeah, we did that one. It's terrible. It's like The Coming of Emrakul, if such a thing can exist. Time Elemental by Cormanic. Cormanic loves custom Magic the Gathering cards. Also loves real Magic cards. Okay, Time Elemental is a 3-mana 0/2. It's an elemental, as advertised. When Time Elemental attacks or blocks at end of combat, sacrifice it, it deals 5 damage to you. What a rotten deal. 4 mana, tap, return target permanent that isn't enchanted to its owner's hand. Just boing those lands 1 turn at a time. It may not even be guaranteed to do it once. No guarantees around here. Rin with Herald. Oh, this guy. Oh, no, there's some world where this guy's broken. 7 mana for a 2/4 avatar flying. Commune of Upkeep, gain control of a land you don't control. Herald of Leshrac gets +1/+1 for each land you control but don't own. And when Herald of Leshrac leaves play, each player gains control of each land he or she owns that you don't control. That he or she owns that you control. This card, it sort of looks good. I sort of like it. Maybe there's some card you can combo with this, like if like a permanent comes into play and like from outside the game, it didn't come from hand, it just gets exiled or something. Black Rabbit, do you ever do Burning Sands? Nope. Burning Sands, a 5-mana enchantment. Whenever a creature is put into, whenever a creature is put into a graveyard from play, that creature's controller sacrifices the land. Oh my god, you play this, then you follow it up with like Wrath of God. That's got to be a nasty combo for like some sort of Jeskai control deck. They start off with Burning Sands and they've got like 6 creatures in play and they, oh my god. If I lose these creatures, I'm gonna lose my entire property. Field of Ruin. That is terrible land destruction. Although it's like it's good utility, don't get me wrong, but like it doesn't really do the job. Tap for a colorless, and for 2 mana, tap, sack it, destroy target non-basic land, and an opponent controls. Then, okay, even worse, each player searches their library for a basic land card, puts on the battlefield and shuffles. Phil Goad with Arc of Blight. Arc of Blight is a 2-mana artifact. Pay 3, tap, or sacrifice Arc of Blight. Destroy target land. Oh, it's Fair Chaos Orb, like super Fair Chaos Orb. Chaos Orb without the cutting it up into a million pieces and then throwing it in the air. It actually destroys the land if you really needed to. Legally. Benjamin Berkey, 2920 with Barbarian Rift Cutter. How many Rift Cutters are in this game? Only one. And it's a Barbarian. 5 mana for a 3/3. For a red, sacrifice Barbarian Rift Cutter to destroy target land. So most of these really bad land destruction cards, I mean, they're just like a million mana to be blowing up one land. Next, we've got 724C with Kudzu. It's the big shrub, right? Shrub them up. 3 mana aura on a land. When enchanted land becomes tapped, destroy it. The land's controller attaches Kudzu to a land of his or her choice. Wow. So, I mean, okay, they don't have to tap that land. They do it at their own will. But when they do, this Kudzu is coming for you. If you got some good lands out there. This actually looks like a neat card. I think I like this card. You just put on like one of the best lands on the battlefield. And it probably just keeps getting... Like, you know, if I played the Kudzu, but I don't have any good lands in play, like, it's probably not coming back to me. It's just going to, like, start rotating to other people around the table. And they're good lands. Next. Kudzu is an environmental disaster. And one of the few plants that causes more emissions. Really? So what you're telling me, Christopher B, is you have no problem cutting down all the kudzu in the world. Chop it all down. Turn it into a plant or something. Gillum, Slay, if you really hate that Dryad Arbor. Oh, there's too many slays in this game. This card is about to slay. Okay, there's a 3 mana instant. Destroy target green creature. It can't be regenerated. And also destroy... Oh, draw a card. But it does it really good. This card is amazing. arguably one of the best Dryad Arbor killers in the game. Kill it, destroy Dryad Arbor, get a card free. Okay, we have a bunch of super chats, starting with Raktus. We have a bunch of big super chats that are spilling over to everybody else. We'll give one to Meteor Storm with the Legacy Weapon. Legacy Weapon, a 7-mana legendary artifact. And for 5 mana, exile target permanent. If a Legacy Weapon would be put into a graveyard from anywhere, reveal it and shuffle it into its owner's library instead. I have to admit, that's a bit awkward. It's a bit awkward to spend 5 mana to destroy 1 land. Urtigau, I love these expensive land destruction cards. You have 6 lands, now you only have 5. Got him. Hey, in the world where one clunky land destruction player is up against another clunky land destruction player, whoever gets their land destruction off first is the big winner. Because the other player can't get their land destruction off. Okay, we have another super chat from Marty Rules, man of the people. Here is a dono. Dono 2, who has no 2 cards yet. Lessian, Fall of the Thran. Fall of the Thran is a 6-mana saga. Why you destroy all the lands immediately? Why is that one bad? Then chapter 2 and 3, each player returns 2 land cards from their graveyard back to the battlefield. Yeah, this is definitely 100%. I mean, this perfectly describes today's show. It was land destruction, but it's really not so bad because you actually get the lands back as if you didn't even lose them in the first place. Okay, 7 Cats in a Suit offers a dono to some lucky person over here. Michael Ing, I don't think got a single card yet. Hasn't even been here. Global Ruin. Global Ruin is a 5-mana sorcery. Each player chooses from the lands he or she controls a land of each basic land type, then sacrifices the rest. That is... Oh, I see. Yeah, so if you have like one... So if you have the opposite problem that we were talking about earlier, if you have all the basic land types, because there's some decks that have none, which this card would be very good against. So if you have all the basic land types, you'll actually get to keep a ton of lands on the battlefield and maybe even sacrifice nothing. Maybe even sacrifice nothing. The fetches have been reached. Okay, next we've got another super chat from Raktus, who has no 2 cards yet. Has everyone gotten 2 cards? I guess maybe everyone's got 2 cards right now. Actually, Peter John, Blight. All right. So many Blight cards. Peter John. This is a double black aura. Enchant a land. When enchanted land becomes tapped, they also destroy it. These are such conditional land destruction cards. I mean, I guess if you pair it with like regular land destruction, it's a pretty big hassle. And at some point, I mean, they got to use it or they lose it. Sorry, they got to use. Okay, no, sorry. It's a bit opposite. When they use it, they lose it. But it feels like it's already lost. Can you counter fetch lands? Yes, technically, with like Stifle. You need to use like counters that counter activated abilities. But I won't quite count it's like I wouldn't say like it sort of qualifies, but it's sort of against the spirit of the show. Next we have 2 donos from Steve Cooper. Who wants some donos? One of them is going to go to Old Boy with Raising Snid. The hell's a Snid? I still don't know. It's a beast, though, for 6 mana. It's a 3/3. Comes into play, return a black or red creature you control to its owner's hand. Can you just bounce itself? When this creature comes into play, each player sacrifices land. God, that's got to be so frustrating. When you like keep bouncing this thing back to your hand, and every single turn you make your opponent sacrifice lands. It's definitely like the best way to like close out the game when you're ahead. We have a second card for Restian Serpentine. Creeping Moss. Why is this bad? Or is this bad in Commander? Creeping Moss? I think I know what you're talking about. Is it Creeping Corrosion? How many moss cards? There's not that many moss cards. Oh, was it Monvaldi Acid Moss? Destroy target land, search your library for a force card, and put that card into play, tap, and then shuffle your library. It's the only moss card I know that interacts with lands. Is there a Creeping Moss or something? Creeping, sort of? No, not that. Not I can see. Creeping Mold? Oh, maybe Creeping Mold. Mold. Oh, did I? Oh no, I read Moss. Okay, Creeping Mold, 4 mana sorcery. Destroy target artifact, enchantment, or land. Oh, you know what actually is good? Oh, is this the card? No, this is... What's the card that it's like destroy all 3? It's like destroy an artifact, enchantment, and land. Because that's actually more awkward, because if the targets aren't in play, then you actually can't even cast that card. This is, yeah, it's sort of flexible. This is probably one of the better cards in this is probably like one of the better cards of today. Like, it's close to 3 mana, which is normal on par for most land destruction, except it's super flexible. Decimate, that's what I was thinking. So we take a look at Decimate. For 4 mana, sorcery, destroy target artifact, target creature, target enchantment, and target land. But you need all 4 targets on the battlefield. If those 4 targets aren't there, this card sucks. You love the Mirrodin one? Is there a Mirrodin one? Bloomburrow. I don't see a Mirrodin one. This doesn't exist. I'm being lied to. I'm being super lied to. Okay, next. We got 2 donos from Steve Cooper. Meteor Storm made a big super chat. We'll donate half of that to Brian Stanton with the Rain of Salt. Don't get too salty. 6 mana sorcery. Destroy 2 target lands. So it's basically like 2 Stone Rains packaged in one. Buy 1 Stone Rain, get 1 Stone Rain free. It's still a very expensive Stone Rain though. You know what this is though? It's like strictly better. I don't know what's strictly better. It's a similar card to Plow Under. Super similar to Plow Under. Okay, next up we have one more super chat from the Pixel Asylum. We'll give it to Pierre with Vidalcan Plotter. Vidalcan Plotter is a 3 mana 1/1. When it enters the battlefield, exchange control of target land you control and target land an opponent controls. That is absolutely hilarious. Okay, you can get a land. It's not gonna be quite as good as the one that I gave you. Sorry, it's not gonna be quite as good as the one that you gave me. Did you check Rumbling Crescendo? I don't know. Okay, hold on. Rumbling Crescendo. Yeah, we did that one already. Sorry about that. This is a good card to end the show on, in my opinion. The Vidalcan Plotter. It's the old switcher. It's a switcheroo land. The switcher with something awesome and give them a complete donut. Gave them Elephant Grass Graveyard. Or sorry, was it Elephant Graveyard? There's some useless lands that don't even tap for mana over here. As usual, we do these shows Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. Tuesdays, Thursdays, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time for the evening crowd. Thanks to everyone who supports the show. If you're a patron on Patreon, a member on YouTube, or you super chat to be part of the show, or even super chat so other people are part of the show. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here today. It was a fantastic stream featuring Old Boy, Benjamin Berkey, Christopher B., Mercenary, Bob Talks Bridge, Michael Ing, Cammy, Someone to Foresee, Reston Serpentine, Pierre, Ertagao, and many more. So as usual, my coffee crew, keep brewing those coffees. And we're going to keep brewing up the magic. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you at the next cup.